guys, if you want to have fun in hiking, then just try an 8-kilogram backpack with 5 days worth of food, and at the end put 7 liters of water on top of it, and then the real fun starts. Having in mind you have to climb to about 5,500 feet, which are 1,700 meters. Just a lot of fun. Nevertheless, it's 3:30 and we start going up steep in a minute into these mountains, which is the skiing area of Wrightwood, and then after that we'll go to the Mount Baden Powell. 22 miles to Wrightwood. We hope here in the afternoon we still can make 5 or 6 miles. We don't know if we'll find a tent site then because it's steep, but maybe we're lucky. And then tomorrow one more day climbing, and then hopefully a hostel or a hotel in Wrightwood. See you later.
So good morning. This is 6 o'clock, might be day 26 or so. This is the view down to El Cajon Pass. You see El Cajon Pass connects Los Angeles probably with the rest of America, and you see there's plenty of highways and trains going through this pass. There was the McDonald's downhill where we had lunch yesterday. We made up the way here with lots of water, 7 liters of waters. We couldn't find a tent spot. The PCT is right over there, but then we found this, what the Americans call dirt roads. We followed the dirt road up on this ridge, and I have to say we had a pretty nice night. It was not too windy, but it's supposed to get storm at 9 o'clock, so it's 6 o'clock right now. And this is the way we need to go up. This is Wrightwood. It's a skiing area again, up into the snow. And yeah, Greg has already left. He had his tent here, and I have my tent here. I still need to pick up. I think Greg has left about 5:30 or so. And now it's my turn to pack in my stuff before it's getting too windy here on the ridge. Talk to you later.
Okay, this is the skiing area of Wrightwood. There's a heavy storm here. I'm trying to not wind. This is the water cache for the skiing area. In a minute, we'll be seeing the skiing lift. It's very difficult here. There's no chance to put up a tent here anywhere near, but there's a highway 3 miles from here. Hope to get there and then get it right into Wrightwood. Here's the skiing. You probably can see the trees. Talk to you again when I'm in Wrightwood. This is called the Margerita Trail. We tried to work around Mount Baden Powell because it's so windy up there, but we found that the trail is kind of has no maintenance anymore, maybe due to COVID, but this is not a real trail anymore. Okay, I have to film this even if it's getting very sketchy here. This is very steep down. This is how the trail goes. We went out of Wrightwood and we heard there's a storm on Baden Powell. You see it up there with the clouds. There's a heavy storm with high wind speed. So we decided to go around Looking at the map, there was kind of an alternative there, but we really suffered. It was the worst day on trail, probably the most difficult one, because we are going through loose rocks here for 5 miles now. I don't know, 8 kilometers, and what you see, Craig, there, you're always slipping to the side with all of the rocks, and partially it's very steep to the side, and we fell down several times. It is very sketchy. You can see now, Greg, going through it. This looks quite stable. This is the reason why I'm filming here, but there were sections which were just slipping, and you had to run over those just to get out of the slipping zone. And I'm trying to find a campsite now. It's 4:30 and we have enough of this day. Good morning. I think it's April 22nd. Congratulations to my brother. His birthday right now. I cannot call, there's no reception out here. I'm hiking the mountains here. This is Mount Baden Powell. We had a very bad day, probably the worst day yesterday, since there was high winds expected at Mount Baden Powell. So we took an alternative, and maybe you can see from the photos we were slipping down in rocks on very steep hills for 6 miles, 10 kilometers or so. It was the most scary part of the trail, but we found a nice camp spot at a parking lot in about 6,600 feet, 2,000, a little more than 2,000 meters. But there was a wind coming in the night. It was raining quite heavy, and sometimes it got very quiet. And I said, okay, wind is over. But a little later I found out my tent is very narrow and short, and there was snow all over my tent. There were maybe 4 inches of snow, and we needed a long time to dry it out. This morning everything was wet, the quilt, the mat, everything in the tent was wet, all the clothes. So this is a rather late start, 9:20. There were a lot of people coming down from Mount Adams, and they didn't want to go up to this other mountain here, and so I followed them. So we're taking the highway here 2 miles to get back to trail, because it's very slippery up there. This would have been the mountain that I had to climb to. This is kind of the Mount Adams scenery where most of the hikers came down, and I'm actually taking the 2 miles at the road, and it is getting warmer when the sun is out, but this night was cold and we had lots of snow, as you might see in the photos.
Through my ears, rolling high by the track. Clouds with fire on flaming roads, using ideas as my mind. Wheeling me on edges, soon set up, right beneath it in brown. How but I was so much older then. I'm younger than them now. Half-act prejudice, leap forward, rip down, I'll hate, I'll scream. Lies that life is black and white, smoke from my skull, a dream. Romantic facts of musketeers, foundation deep. Somehow, I mean I was so much older then. I'm younger than I am now. There's faces full a forward path from phony jealousy to memorizing politics from ancient history, flung down by comps evangelism. I'm followed though somehow. I mean I was so much older then. I'm younger than now. In a summer day, professor's tongue too serious to fool. Spelling out that liberty is equality in school. Equality, I spoke the word as if it wouldn't vow. But I was so much older then. I'm younger than now. I'd become an enemy in the instant that I preach. My existence led by confusion boots, mutely from stern to bow. But I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now.